It's been 5 years and I'm not over my ex. So me and my first love, I'm gonna call her Sarah, we met while I was in college in 2020 and our relationship blossomed from friends and benefits to a situationship. The truth is that it was a trauma bond that blossomed. We never really made it to being serious. I spent most of my life avoiding being in a relationship from past abuse and just being scared of the outcomes, rejection, and being under intense pressure for someone else's well-being when my shit wasn't together. So having her in my life was a feeling I didn't know how to navigate. It made things exciting and emotional. It was her showing me I can trust people and allow myself to talk about my feelings, but it was her being nice more than anything. We were close to being exclusive. Sarah told me she wouldn't see other people and wanted to see where things went with us. The first red flag was her dragging this out. I ended the relationship because we wanted different things, I just wasn't happy anymore, and she was sexually abusive and very shitty to me, which I addressed all that with her. She darvo the whole hour we argued. She was also miserable, which made me miserable, and we agreed we were just toxic together because when I think about it I was just an emotionally immature mess who couldn't settle for being friends after we parted ways. I don't count that as a serious relationship because all of it was unrequited and it was me doing all the work for someone who didn't even care to call me first ever. I still love her and always deep down will know how I saw this amazing woman that unintentionally brought me so much happiness, even if it's not reflected the same. I'm just mad I gave my heart to the wrong person and I'm stuck on it years after. I know she's a bad person for causing me so much pain. She wasn't remorseful for her actions. I believe she never had real feelings for me. She took advantage of me and violated my trust and body, but I know deep down there's good in her, even though I don't want to admit that for how butthurt I still am for the void she created and the one I made for myself continuously. The truth is that the relationship was so traumatic and was a safety net to heal from the past to be neglected more. That was the only thing that could be theoretically requited. I also know that for 5 years I've been avoiding the fact I'm not over her and distracting myself with employment, other situationships, and never being truly alone with my thoughts. I think my pride didn't allow me to admit the fact I was still stuck because of how far my life has gone compared to before. I think I've always been stuck ever since I was a child, living through all the atrocities my family have done to me. My feelings haven't left for Sarah, she was my first. It's not the same anymore and it hasn't been for years. I don't want her next to me or to even talk to me 364 days out of the whole year. Deep down I do wish she did check up on me at least for one day. Last time we talked I saw her message for almost a month and texted her back when I knew what to say. We last talked almost 2 years ago when she was in Las Vegas with the 40-year-old man she left me for. I'll call him Joey, and a couple other people at Caesar's Palace. She also went to a chapel, so you can guess why she was there as well. That broke me. I was in psychosis for the whole week and had COVID, so I decided to not reply back to her until I was able to. When I did, she was in the hospital around after she got back and wouldn't tell me why, but I think I already knew why. I think she has a kid now, but I wouldn't 100% know. I do overthink, but realized it doesn't matter if she was sick or was in labor or whatever it was none of my business anymore. I did get help for everything with Sarah, but it's clearly not enough. I was diagnosed with onset BPD after our relationship. It made me feel less insane. My issue is I'm still obsessed, and I hate that for myself. I don't want attention from her. I don't even want to talk to her at all. The thought of that makes me sick to my stomach. I used to be very independent and content to be alone. Now every person I dated in the past was a shell of her that I desperately tried to repair, and feels more like punishment trying to love a closed door and someone who would not see me. But I feel the more I reminisce, the more I rot and live miserably. She's sleeping peacefully when I'm fucking writing my feelings out all night. She's not even thinking about me, and this all happened so long ago. I see it as I'm the bull and she's the matador, but the matador disappeared a long time ago, so I'm running through walls that can't break. I fell in love with an ideal, not the reality. She even admitted this when we last talked. Being together was a lesson rather than an experience, and how she'll be fine if we never talk again. Which I understood, but deep down hated that she could. Literally a blood oath that she would be there for me for the rest of her life after I opened up about some personal stuff. How she could live with that is I don't know. It was weird as hell at first, but I respected that she would take blood out of her own body to promise me something that felt eternal. At that moment I thought she was the one I was waiting on since. The weird thing is I still have dreams of her every B-day. I started to have dreams of what I looked like in junior year of high school and turned into a birthday tradition to remind me she's not around at all. It always us in purgatory, sleeping in bed on a Sunday in a heaven afterlife setting. It's kind of avant-garde until it looks like an actual house we built. One dream was a tickle fight we had once and a slow dancing to John Mayer, cooking food, taking a walk in the park holding hands, and we looked the same sort of. One was us getting married, driving while holding my hand on the cupboard, and spending time with our kids, telling me how much she loves me and her life and how much she values me until her words become blank and I wake up. It feels more like a peaceful nightmare. I get this warm feeling like my near-death experience, odd, and I get spasms that feel like tickles to my heart. That's all I need to say about Sarah in this context. Next. After 2 years I met someone else. Time does heal when you least expect it, so I'ma call her Pam, and she was new. Nothing suspicious, seems like a fresh start with someone. I wish I could say more. She was a narcissist who sucked. It took some time to show her true colors. She cheated on me with a 17-year-old and none of her friends liked me, which I kinda didn't care for. They harassed me, and it was so bad to the point where they were slut-shaming me for a past choice I made to get out of my abusive situation, and I ended up staying at a respite center for a week. I just wanted her to prioritize her friends over me because I knew that mattered, so I balanced my time with her and was there for her more than she was for me. I was in a bad place when I met her. I was living in a shelter, so it was not great. I wouldn't even consider it a relationship because I was a distraction, so the minor she was grooming could want her more. I felt so disgusted and horrified for that kid, even though he was kind of a dick from what I heard. She even tried explaining to me that he kissed her, but I wasn't buying it and was considering breaking up with her until she started pleading that was the truth. It took some time to get over her, but I forgave her and moved on very differently from how I still can't move on from Sarah. Pam is almost non-existent because I'm preoccupied with my new life and getting over Sarah. Now, almost 2 years later, Pam is in a happy and healthy relationship with a guy who seems like he's really nice and has his shit figured out. I don't understand why it's hard me to find someone who actually has interest in me. Maybe I don't have enough interest in myself, but I'm really not a chipper optimist like that. It's honestly so unfair that they have what they want while I'm still suffering. I feel that I deserve this for a past life, or maybe karma I placed on myself. And that I'm the problem and need to heal for what was said and dealt with. Therapy doesn't help. Meds work temporarily. Even the truth fades, and conversations I have with my one friend does too. I just need more than what I'm asking for. I want hope again, but not in a chance, because I know that's gone and I won't put myself through that again. She's happy without me and I respect that. I just don't understand it the way Sarah and Pam do. If she wanted to check up, she would. I need to be true and accept the reality. I need to move on. I need to face what I'm running from. I was asking of things they couldn't give emotionally, and I was a cranky, selfish person about it. I wasn't a saint, and I know that. Some things are just not worth fighting for. I think I'm too tired to explain our whole relationships for what it was. I want to move on and not feel pain. My heart has been blocked up for years and it's the worst feeling, submerged. I'm reliving my pain twice, and it all reminds me of that shitty day I felt in one, the worst I ever felt in my life, which was when I last talked to Sarah, knowing it would be the last time. I wish I was more chill about it and said, hermano, it is what it is. I blame myself for loving someone like her and allowing it to happen for how long we did. I blame myself for a lot of things, but I understand I'm sensitive and I get attached easily. It sucks, but I haven't really healed. I told myself I've done the work, but I don't think I did, not even close to it, so we'll manifest it. I wish to heal, I wish to be happy, I wish to find love, I wish to have a home, to be a part of a family who would love me, I wish for stability, I wish for abundance, I wish to have a career and something I want to be. I wish to inspire, I wish for everything that isn't in my life to work out when it does, wish for peace and enlightenment, I wish for closure and transcendence. Learn from my mistakes. If you don't want to be sad, don't stalk your ex's socials, it only brings pain, and the less you know the better. I want to break cycles, I choose happiness. Anything would help, honestly. Thanks.